G'day guys and welcome to Aussie English. My objective here is to teach you guys the English spoken down under. So whether you want to speak like a fair dinkum Aussie or you just want to understand what the flippin' hell we're on about when we're having a yarn, you've come to the right place. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy Aussie English. G'day guys, welcome to this episode of Aussie English. Today is going to be another pronunciation episode. Today I'm hoping to show you how to contract the future perfect tense. So I'm just going to tell you that it's the future perfect tense in case you feel like looking it up later on and doing a little bit of grammar in your own time. But we won't get too bogged down in the technical aspect of these contractions and learning these pronunciation things. Just thought I'd mention it up front. So the future perfect tense is when you say will have done something. So it's something in the future that has happened. I'm talking about it in the past, but it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen in the future, but it'll be over. It'll be finished by the time you talk about it. So for example, you could say he will have arrived by then. So by then, by that point that you're talking about in conversation, he will have arrived. And there's different ways of contracting this in English. So I noticed that I did this in one of the previous episodes of Walking with Pete. I think it was the Pokemon Go episode when I was writing out the transcript. I noticed that I contracted will and have into ill've. So what do I mean by this? Different ways of saying the phrase he will have arrived by then include he'll have arrived by then, and so there I've contracted will and turned it into he'll have arrived by then. You can contract have and attach it to will. In the example, he will have arrived by then, so will have. And you can also contract both will and have onto he, where you would say he'll have arrived by then. And this is what I noticed that I did in this previous episode and what I do quite often when I'm talking about things that are done, that are finished in the future. I will contract both the words will and have into ill've onto the pronouns. So now we'll just do a little listen and repeat exercise where I will go through the different pronouns with the contracted will and have onto them. And you just repeat after me. I've. I've, I've, you'll've, 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 he'll've, 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 she'll've, 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 we'll've, 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 they'll've, they'll've, they'll've. There you go. So practice those a few times each time you listen to this episode and you'll get used to saying I'll've, you'll've, he'll've, she'll've, we'll've, they'll've incredibly quickly and naturally when you speak. So I'll give you some examples of when and how you would use the future perfect tense. So some examples going through the different pronouns. I'll have gone home by that point. I'll have gone home by that point. So by that point that I'm talking about in the future, by then I will have gone home already. So I will have gone home. I'll have gone home by that point. You'll have heard from me by then. So by then you will have heard from me. By that point in time, whenever it is in the future, I will have already spoken to you. You will have heard from me. You'll have heard from me. He'll have asked you for help. So he will have asked you for help. He'll have asked you for help. She'll have seen everything. She will have seen everything. She'll have seen everything. We'll have read the entire book by the end of the day. So by the end of the day, we will have read the entire book. We will have finished reading the entire book. We'll have read the entire book. And they'll have finished their degree by the end of the year. So by the end of the year, they will have finished their degree. They'll have finished their degree by the end of the year. So you'll see there too that I can mention the point in time in the future before I say the future perfect tense in the sentence. So by that point, I'll have gone home. I'll have gone home by that point. Either way, doesn't matter. It's totally up to you guys how you structure those kinds of sentences. And you'll also have noticed in those sentences that I verify a lot of them by using a specific point in time. So when you use the future perfect tense like this and you say, I'll have, you'll have, he'll have, she'll have, we'll have, they'll have, and then you say the thing that has been done using whatever verb you use, often you'll say exactly when or by when that has happened. So you might hear things like by then, by that point, by tomorrow, by next week, by the end of the day, by the end of the week, by the end of the year. So you're just specifying a time in the future by which or by when the thing will have been completed, will have happened, will have been done. Examples here with those different points in the future. He'll have finished by then. He'll have finished by that point. He'll have finished by tomorrow. He'll have finished by next week. He'll have finished by the end of the day. He'll have finished by the end of the week. He'll have finished by the end of the year. So I'm going to read out some sentences now, guys. One last example before we finish this episode where I'll read out these sentences and you guys convert them into the contracted form. So for example, I'll say, he will have done, and you have to try and anticipate the contracted form and repeat it after that, and then I'll repeat the contracted form so that you can check that you were correct. So he will have done, you guess, he'll have done, and then I'll say he'll have done, and you can hear it. So contract these sentences after me. I will have gone to the beach. I'll have gone to the beach. You will have seen him at that point. You'll have seen him at that point. He will have found out the truth by the end of the week. He'll have found out the truth by the end of the week. She will have finished her degree. She'll have finished her degree. They will have done it by then. They'll have done it by then. We will have been on holidays for 3 weeks. We'll have been on holidays for 3 weeks. That's when I will have left. That's when I'll have left. Tuesday morning is when you will have arrived. Tuesday morning is when you'll have arrived. I hope tomorrow he will have come home. I hope tomorrow he'll have come home. By the end of the year, she will have graduated. By the end of the year, she'll have graduated. By the time you arrive, we will have already started. By the time you arrive, we'll have already started. Tomorrow they will have moved house. Tomorrow they'll have moved house. So that's the episode for today, guys. Don't worry too much about having to memorize these things, about having to nail it and get it perfect every single time you speak with people. Worst case scenario, you can just say, we will have, I will have, etc. People will understand what you mean. But the more you listen to these kinds of episodes and repeat after me and say these kinds of exercises, the more naturally you're going to find that you will say these contractions when you speak English. And you'll just get quicker at speaking English you'll sound more like a native and you'll be more quickly understood by other people. So again, don't worry about being perfect, don't worry about remembering every single detail, just keep practicing these lessons from time to time and you will improve. So until next time guys, all the best. Thanks for listening to the Aussie English podcast, guys. If you haven't already, please come and join the community on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the Aussie English podcast, where I make daily posts about anything and everything related to Australia. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, then please leave a review on iTunes or Stitcher or whichever platform you're listening to it through, as it'll help the podcast grow. Thanks again, guys, and enjoy your day.